should. All right. Well, good morning. Today is an exciting day for the city of Kansas City. I am here to talk about trees, something that we all know about, but something that I think is vitally important for us to make sure that we're looking at our tree canopy, not just with the beauty in connection with our natural environment in Kansas City, but more importantly, how we can build a stronger environment for all. A few facts about trees that I wanted to note for us that takes me a little bit off of the prepared remarks. Kansas City has areas of low concentrations of trees and high concentrations of building and asphalt. In those areas where we have that high concentration of buildings and asphalt, we register temperatures roughly 7 degrees higher than in other areas. But note some of the benefits of trees. Businesses on tree-lined streets recognize a 12% higher income on average, and neighborhoods that are impacted by a lack of trees see increasing an additional incidence of asthma, find other ozone challenges, and incredible challenges to, of course, the health of our young people and all in our community. So today here in Kansas City, we're looking to do something different that seems simple, but something that we have not done enough over all of the years, making sure that we are inaugurating a tree planting fund in Kansas City. We've been recognized lately by the United States Conference of Mayors for our efforts in connection with environmentalism and climate sustainability in Kansas City. And me, along with the City Council and a number of others, thought that there was no better place for us to make a difference than in launching a tree fund. We note that the tree canopy coverage is not evenly spread around all communities, specifically communities that are in the Quality of Life Improvement District, which coincide with zip codes in areas of the city with the lowest life expectancy, and where Kansas City Parks is working to combat inequity in the park system. I will note we have a few special people with us today, including my friends from Wal-Mart, who were part of this fund and helping us launch it today. Of course, our friends from Bridging the Gap, our Heartland Tree Alliance, who will contract with the city in connection with our efforts, and as always, the city manager of Kansas City and city staff to tell us just how we'll get work here done. I'm your first speaker. I'll be followed by Stephen Van Ryn, I hope pronounced somewhat right. All right, there we go. Sarah Crowder, Brian Platt, and then Ryan Iersick of Public Affairs and Government Relations for Wal-Mart. So thank you all for being here, and we'll talk to you a little bit more about the investments we're making, and more than anything, the changes we're making in Kansas City long term. So Stephen.
Thank you, Mayor. So I'm Stephen Van Ryn, the Environmental Manager at Kansas City Parks and Rec. And our tree infrastructure is so vitally important for Kansas City. Trees do a bunch of amazing things for us. They help clean our air. They remove particulate matter. In areas with more trees, you see a lower incidence of emergency room visits for asthma. They filter our stormwater. They help mitigate stormwater for us. So they help clean our water, to clean our air. They're beautiful. They provide shade, as the mayor said, to help reduce the urban heat island effect. So as we continue to have climate change, trees will help us mitigate for the effects of that climate change. And they provide a great deal of habitat. If you like songbirds, then you should like trees. Oak trees have a lot of caterpillars on them, and birds really need caterpillars to raise their young. It's extremely important. So there's all these different aspects that trees bring for us, and their beauty. They've been shown in neighborhoods with lots of trees. People have a lower blood pressure. People who experience trees outside their hospital windows have a quicker recovery rate after operations. They're just an amazing resource that will really help Kansas City be resilient during the climate change as it comes.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
See, I should have let him just talk about tree benefits because he does it very naturally. I'm just a lawyer who says words. All right, so our next speaker is Sarah Crowder, our program manager for the Heartland Tree Alliance. Sarah.
Thank you, Mayor, and good morning. We love to come and hear people talk so much about trees. Obviously, we're very invested. Bridging the Gap has been around for 30 years. We're an environmental nonprofit here in the Kansas City area. Heartland Tree Alliance has been working with KC Parks since 2016 to get trees planted in neighborhoods and parks. We work in areas that have already been identified. Those that have been under-resourced have less tree canopy than those that don't. And so we work to get trees in. We work with the homeowners, and they adopt the trees to help them thrive, which is why we are so very successful. So we are so excited to use these dollars to focus our efforts, to continue focusing our efforts. Thanks.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. One thing that's great about Kansas City is that we've got such a phenomenal vegetation and tree canopy here already. But the challenge, as the mayor noted, is that those benefits are not equitable across the city. There are neighborhoods, there are parks with unbelievable trees and vegetation and landscaping, and there are other neighborhoods that don't get to enjoy those benefits. So what we're going to be doing is working closely with our council members, our elected officials, our community leaders, our neighborhood leaders to make sure that we find those places where we can add more trees, add more vegetation, and add more of those environmental positive benefits and also other benefits that come with those trees. We'll be looking for empty tree pits, we'll be looking for empty parks, and trying to just fill in all those gaps with trees. Some of the trees that you see here are some of the trees that are going into our city very shortly once the conditions are right. We're really excited about this. We can't have enough trees ever, and thank you all for being here.
So this would not be possible today, our new tree planting fund, without a few important folks. First of all, the taxpayers of Kansas City, who both through the park sales tax, the regular taxes, help us build this incredible city. Ever since this city was really working to build itself up, we've looked at our park system, our boulevards, and others as an important part of what Kansas City is really all about, and they continue to support that time and time again. So thank you to the residents, the taxpayers of Kansas City. But also we have very important partners, some from the nonprofit sector like Bridging the Gap and our Heartland Tree Alliance, and some from the for-profit sector who know that the company, pardon me, the cities in which they do business, their health, their sustainability are vital to all of them. One of our great partners is Wal-Mart, who, thanks to their collaboration with the United States Conference of Mayors and the City of Kansas City, are able to help us launch this very important fund. So we have a big fancy check for us to say some more, but do you want to say some remarks right before, please?
Thank you, Mayor. On behalf of Wal-Mart and the U.S. Conference of Mayors, I want to congratulate Mayor Lucas, city staff, and Kansas City on this award and on this project. As a company with like-minded sustainability goals, we know how much goes into these type of efforts. Thank you for what you're doing, Mayor, to continue to invest in sustainability, which will make all of our cities healthier and more prosperous today and in the future. So again, thank you so much for inviting us here today, and congratulations again to the city on this amazing award in this fund.
Right. Well, thank you so much. This is wonderful. Brian, you should clap.
Get to that. Yeah, bring everybody in. Yeah.
Everybody's a fun part. This is cool.